I can't say that Fountain of Hope have not done good. I thank it for the support we have got, for the supply of food, uniform, and the sanitary hours. For instance, I can say that the girls who are there, they usually get some troubles. Let's say, for example, if they are in class, their periods they normally stay in the clothes which they feel that it's uncomfortable, and then we we the girls, we feel that you cannot raise a question, or you cannot stand to answer any question, maybe to stand there in the middle of the class. I may say that also the kids who are there, they are also, they don't even concentrate when they have no food. I can say that the Fountain of Hope have done well, and I'll urge everyone who needs supporters, please support us, and God will bless you.
Wajiru Mutura, I am a community mobilizer. I am so grateful because of the project Fountain of Hope. It has been doing well, especially to these children and these young people, young women and young men who are not able to help themselves. We have been giving them food, which we borrow from the government. The children who are going to school, we get money from outside. They have been going to school. I'm very, very much proud of, because earlier on, they were children who were not able to go to school because they didn't have uniform, they didn't have food to eat. And now, since we are having this project, we are able to help them, and we would like, if it is possible, to be helping more, because there are other children who are asking how they can come in to this project. Competition, we are very much happy about it. Being number 2 is a God-given gift, and we would like, if we can even get more from them, God will bless them. There are people who don't have where to stay, and they don't have money. The parents do not have money to buy them anything. So when we have something, we help them.
Hi, my name is James Waruiru, and I am the project manager for Fountain of Hope, a life center. It is a community-based organization. We started Fountain of Hope back in 2003 after observing the effects of HIV and AIDS in our community. My family has been very much affected by HIV and AIDS. I have lost close family members. I have lost my friends. I have lost my relatives. And we observed the problem of HIV in our community, and we joined hands with fellow youths and some volunteers. Some of them are young people, some of them are old people, and we decided to do something in response, or to respond to this need. And I am happy now, since 2003 up to now, we have several things that we can say we are proud of as an achievement together collectively as a group. And let me say, I want to appreciate my fellow workers, the people who volunteer, giving their time, noting that we are a small organization, that we don't have money actually to pay them, or to give them a salary, but they are still there working wholeheartedly. And I really do appreciate the little team that I work with. And I also I'm happy that right now we have several programs that we are running on smoothly. We do HIV/AIDS advocacy, education, and home-based care, and we support women who are widows when they have been left by their husbands. Most of the time, they arise to inherit their husbands' possession is violated, and so we have been at the forefront trying to fight for inheritance right for the widows and the orphans, and we also educate them on the human rights. So we do HIV and AIDS advocacy. We train the community on safe sex, and also we address the issue of stigma and discrimination. Currently we have several programs that are running well, and we appreciate the well-wishers for the small donation which they donate to our project, which when we accumulate small by small, we are able to feed like 300 households of needy families. Some of them are comprised of their orphan-headed homes, they are widows, and they are very, very needy. So we give them food, and we also teach them on sanitation and personal hygiene. We also have a sanitary towels project which support right now about 200 girls and widows, and it is a project that has really brought a lot of change to the girls, especially helping them to concentrate while in school, and the results have been good because they have the performance, their education performance has been better, it has improved their academic performance because they are able to stay in school even during their menses. Before that, they used to miss even 30 days of tuition when during their menses, and some of them used to use pieces of clothes and cotton wool. We have reports of some even using leaves and very unhygienic material, which sometimes they can give them some diseases, or they are uncomfortable. Sometimes they stain their dresses, and they just feel like not going on with education. So we are happy for the well-wishers who have supported our sanitary towels project, and also we are happy for the education support, where we support over 70 children with school uniforms and over 10 children with high school tuition fees, and this has helped them to increase their academic performance and confidence, and I believe they're going to be better person in future. So we are happy for the recognition and that the out of the box prize has given to our project. We are very happy to be in the number 2 position in the globe. Out of 309 entries from 42 countries, our project was able to be the second. And although the community has appreciated what we do, this is a great moment for Fountain of Hope to see that we are having an international honor. Our work is approved and recognized internationally, and we feel good. And this prize means a lot to Fountain of Hope, to myself as a project manager, and to my team who volunteer or who put their time into this. It has rejuvenated our zeal and our urge to keep on doing what we've been doing, and we are going to even to do better. And we thank the Community Toolbox and Out of the Box Prize, and we really do appreciate them deeply. We, however, want to pass an appeal to well-wishers out there. This project has been, for 3 years, it has been supported by a friend of ours called Yiska Brouwer. So sadly, she's not here with us. She's original from Netherlands, but she's no longer with us because she died of cancer in December last year. And now this project, actually, we don't know the fate of this project. So we we just raise our voice to well wishers out there who can come out and continue supporting this project, because it means so much to keep the needy children in school. It means so much. The sanitary towels project means so much for the needy girls and the widows. We also have other projects and programs we do. We do food support. Sorry. We do food support, as I said. We support over 300 families, and we appreciate our government for the relief food we get time to time, although it is not sufficient. It's very little actually. And the well wishers and who come to visit us and bring in their donations, we are so happy and we are so glad that we are able to support that number. 300 families is a small number, noting that Kiambu County, which our vision is to cover the whole of Kiambu County and go on covering the nation. The population of Kiambu County is about 1.6 million people, and we have over 600,000 needy households. So currently we only support only 300 families. So there's still a big number out there that really need to be supported, and we just urge well wishers and friends out there to consider giving their donations to us, and we are going to make sure that these donations do actually reach to the right beneficiaries. And one of the biggest challenges is lack of enough resources. We lack enough training materials, and we lack also enough training on our volunteers and our staff on areas especially of human rights and the best way to respond to human rights violation, and especially to the widows and orphans. Sometimes we have cases where widows and orphans, their rights are violated, and we think we have a heart, and there is a need of giving them or offering pro bono services. And we are unable because Fountain of Hope doesn't have the resources to hire lawyers who can represent them in the court. And some of them have lost their lands, some of them have lost the inheritance rights and this is a huge need that when we have the resources and the best training, we will be able to candidly respond to this problem, which is a big need. We also have insufficient supplies of foodstuff. We have insufficient supplies of sanitary towels. We have over 5,000 needy girls who should be receiving this for free, who are basically from very, very poor families, and their parents cannot budget for sanitary towels because even food is not sufficient. So this has been a very big need. So we are also seeking to well wishers to consider sending their donation for this program for sanitary towels to the needy girls and widows. We need also sufficient training for our staff and our crew, and when we have this, we are sure we'll be able to do much. Today is a big day. Today we are celebrating to be the second in the globe in 2010 out of the box prize, and we are so happy for the University of Kansas and Community Toolbox, and we are happy to have scooped the number 2 position in the globe. Today we are gathered here with my fellow workers, volunteers, and just to celebrate and to appreciate this achievement. And we want to dedicate this achievement to honor we first of all appreciate God for this achievement, because it is through his power that we've been able to achieve this, and we dedicate this as honor to Jiska, who's been a very big support to this project, who's now dead. She's not with us anymore, but we are happy, and we are dedicating this achievement in her honor. We are happy also for the community for responding positively. Although they give small donation, the small donation means a lot to our work, and we dearly and deeply appreciate everyone who have donated